I'll give you a good example of what happened to my business was the AI receptionist. So I had someone, as I mentioned, working for my business from the Philippines, and their role was to pick up the phone. So as soon as someone calls us, he's like, "Hey, hello, my name is Maria, and I'm here from Shedmate. All of our engineers are unavailable at the moment, but can I help you?" And then people say, "Yeah, can you ask Arthur to give me a call? I need a problem." And like, "Oh, okay, can you tell me specifically what's the problem you're facing?" And then people would kind of start describing more information about it, and she would write all of that information down and organize that in my files. And then when I started in front of the computer, I would look, okay, this person called, and that's the problem they need to fix. I would kind of fix that for that person and call back with a solution. So that was the role of that person, to be a middleman between like my client who had a problem and the engineering team who would need to fix that problem. Guess what? We implemented an AI system that does that. So when someone calls my business now, an AI will answer the phone, and that AI will start asking a lot of questions. So the way I did this was to train the AI with the right information from my business. So most of the questions that anyone would ask, the AI will have an answer for it, and it's going to tell exactly that answer to the person using a natural, voice conversation tone. So it looks like you're talking to a person. The only reason I put in the beginning, hey, this is an AI tool, was because of the regulation compliance. But if I didn't put like there was an AI, most people would not know that was actually an artificial intelligence talking to them. Which I tested it many times. I shared with like family members. I tested with a lot of people, and it was great. And then I put it to the test. I put it out there, and the first week was no good. So what happened is every time that someone called us and they heard, "Hi, I'm an AI agent from Shedmate," they would hang out straight away, and they would send a message, "Ask Arthur to call me back. Ask Tiago to do this. Ask someone else to do that." And then we were like, maybe that won't work with our specific audience because people don't want to like talk to the AI. But then I said, you know what? Let's just leave that for a month. And what happened was it started to work. So he got some calls about, hey, I have this bug on my Shedmate system, and the AI system would work really well, and it'd say, okay, what's the problem you're having? Oh, the problem is because I have this project. Oh, can I ask you the project name? And then the person would start giving a lot of information to the AI agent, which would compile all of that information and send to the right person. And then my team would be able to actually open the system, see the full problem, fix it, and then call that person back saying, hey, look, we fixed the problem. And same with sales. I open my sales channel and I can see that, hey, this is John from that specific company. That's their phone number. This is the main problem they have in the business, and they would like to talk to someone from Shedmate to understand if that can be applicable and implemented in their business by the end of July. Wow, it's working now. So it was a kind of trial and error process, but then we were able to automate that part of the business. And now let's go to another job to be done. Okay, I need to get prospecting. And then I was able to do that using CloudBot. So CloudBot is actually prospecting every day. It's sending 5 to 10 new leads to my list, telling exactly why they're a good fit and the information about the contact, the size of the business and why they match with our offering and all of that. So all of this is extremely exciting for me because I can see that those specific jobs to be done, the tasks I need to do on a weekly basis, they're being slowly replaced to AI. And when I do that, I can focus more on the essential things that work for my business. So we come back to the top there. It's not that the AI is going to replace your business, but people with AI, your job, but people with AI knowledge, we replace those without it. And it's the same now with business. If my costs are lower now using AI, my business will be able to provide a better job for cheaper, and then my competitors are going to have problems. So, in other words, if your business is not using artificial intelligence, you're going to start losing market for those using artificial intelligence. And that's why we need to understand how to do that strategically in a way that works well. Okay. So just a few topics here that I haven't mentioned, but although AI can do all of those things, people still connect with humans, right? So just have that in mind. So our AI receptionist is just that gatekeeper, but obviously I am still the person, or my team here is still the guys who actually call those customers, call those prospects, and have a good conversation with them. I hate when I receive an AI call trying to sell me something, but once again, that's changing. Sometimes, you might be happier in talking to an AI that might be effective than with some people, or just knowing that you don't have that emotional feeling of saying no. When AI calls, you're just like, you know what, you're an AI. I'm not interested. See you later. So maybe with time, people will be happy to receive some of those calls coming from the AI for business-related stuff, not for connection. Right? That's very important to understand that difference. But for business purpose, maybe AI can start becoming a very good solution for that market segment. Let's see, right? Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. And then to close here, there was a lot that we discussed here. I think we discussed a little bit about that gap between the AI hype and the reality. There's a lot in AI, a lot of investment, a lot of fake news, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that works well, but there is a lot of threats and things that we need to be aware of so we can provide a good service to our customers and to ourselves. We discussed why many small business owners, they can feel overwhelmed by AI and that AI anxiety topic, and why understanding this early is actually an opportunity, so you can protect yourself and understand that this is going to happen, this is the reality of it, and then you can be more confident to implement in your business, understanding the pros and cons of using AI. And the goal here is not to become an AI expert. The goal here is to understand AI so you can apply that in your business to create, profitable outcomes from it.